Tahiti. We are here on, honestly, probably the biggest trip CJ and I have ever taken together. If you're new here, my name is Jordan and I post weekly here on YouTube and daily over on TikTok and Instagram. But I need to catch you guys up because we got to the island of Moorea this morning. We flew into Tahiti this morning and then took a ferry. I'll recap our travel day, but we kind of had just like taken the day to get used to the island. We're gonna be on the island of Moorea for the next 10 days, so we are just super excited to be here. And I did a whole pack and prep video, which was super long, so if you want to go watch that one before this one. And then I did a surprise Disneyland vlog before this one because we had a long layover in LA, so we decided to go to Disneyland, and it was like the best 4 hours ever. To recap our travel day, I did do a full TikTok vlog, so if you want to go watch that, it's on TikTok. Our total travel day was around 30 hours long, which we are definitely feeling it today. It is 5:30 right now and jet lag is definitely winning today. CJ's already sleeping inside, and after I film this clip I am going to go to sleep as well. But basically we had a early morning flight from Fort Lauderdale to LAX, and in my pack and prep video I kind of explained it. We originally had a nighttime flight from Fort Lauderdale to LA, flying LA to Tahiti, but I am super anxious when it comes to traveling. This is also like CJ's first long, like super long flight, so I decided to just be a good wife and upgrade our seats to Delta One so we could lay down, have the full experience, and just like the best chance of being as comfortable as possible. I'm just so anxious that I don't know why I thought upgrading our seats would just like take away my anxiety. It did not. Running on probably about 2.5 hours of sleep over the last 3 days because we were up for over 24 hours, and then the night before we were just really busy packing and getting everything ready. But flew to LA. It wasn't too bad comparing the two because that one was only around 5 hours, but I got all of my pack and prep vlog edited, so that was a win on that flight. But to upgrade to Delta One, and just what made sense to take advantage of the upgrade because it's already so expensive to fly right now. I feel like prices for flights are so crazy. We had to change our flight to a 13-hour layover in LA. And I do have to say, like, I didn't tell CJ, I just said, oh, like, we have to change our flight. He is a passenger prince when it comes to traveling. He didn't even know what airline we were on. So it's really easy to surprise him with things like that because he just gets to show up. And after this trip, and I'm definitely saying, like, CJ's got to plan something because I get so stressed when it comes to trips and traveling, and just an anxious girly. But we had a 13-hour layover in LA, and I do have to say it was not my idea to go to Disneyland. Of course I was thinking about it, but CJ was like, I know you want to go, so let's go. And we did like a no pressure day. We went there for, I think we were there for about 5 hours total, and it was just like the perfect amount of time. You might be like, why'd you choose California Adventure over Disneyland? California Adventure is CJ and I's favorite Disney park. That might be an unpopular opinion, but we love California Adventure. The vibes there, Guardians, Cars Land, Adventures Campus, Pixar Pier is one of my favorite places. So the way I would describe that vlog, you should go watch it, it's the one before this one, is CJ and I said it felt like we were Disneyland locals for the day instead of Walt Disney World locals, because we rode a few rides, only the ones that had short wait times. We ate snacks, walked around, and really just like took cute pictures and had a fun little day date at Disneyland, and it was so much fun. And then we went back to the LA airport, and at this point we were already tired, but we had, I think, like 6 hours until our flight took off to Tahiti. Luckily, because I upgraded us, we were able to go into the lounge, and I do have to say, I don't think I ever thought I would take a shower at an airport, but after being at Disneyland all day, it was like a non-negotiable. I don't think I could have got on the flight unless I showered and changed my clothes. So we showered, and that shower did bring us back to life. And then the lounge actually had a really good buffet, so that was really nice, and we hung out in there. Then it was time to board our flight. As far as like the seats and the experience of Delta One, worth it. It was actually an Air France flight because it's like their partners. I don't really know. We booked through Delta, but the flight was Air France, if that makes sense. But lay down seats, 10 out of 10 worth it. I'm honestly thinking about upgrading us on the way back because it was so nice, but it's just so freaking expensive. But you're paying for your comfort, so I kind of get it. I haven't decided if I'm going to upgrade. I'm kind of waiting to see if the prices drop like they did when we came here. But everything was going good. Everything was fine. We were comfy in our seats. Everything is good. I am so anxious when it comes to a flight that I watch the flight tracker on the TV like 99% of the time. Sometimes I'll switch it and watch a movie, but most time I'll watch a movie on my iPad so I can watch the flight tracker on the TV on the airplane. I also get super anxious when flights don't have Wi-Fi, and I think this one, because it was a long haul flight and flying over the Pacific Ocean, for some reason Wi-Fi does not love that, so there was no Wi-Fi the whole entire flight. And then I was able to sleep. I think I got about an hour of sleep, and then laying down, I don't know why, mixed with anxiety, and it was pretty bumpy. Like there was a lot of turbulence. Laying like flat was so nice, like so comfy, but I felt like with the turbulence I was getting kind of like nauseous from like my stomach started to hurt basically. So that woke me up from my sleep. I did get like a good hour. CJ, on the other hand, slept probably 90% of the flight. The only time he wasn't sleeping is when I woke him up because I didn't feel good and I was anxious. But he played Uno with me for a little bit. They had games on our TVs that we could play together. But anyway, I started to feel sick, so I drank my water. I always bring my own snacks on flights that I know that are like my comfort snacks, so that made me feel better. And then I started to realize like the flight tracker, our plane wasn't moving, and it was freaking me out. I don't know why it was freaking me out, and I'm way too scared to ask a flight attendant. So I was just watching it, and then I was noticing that our travel time just like kept going up, and it kept saying like we weren't moving, and like the miles we were flying we were stuck at. So I was like, that's so weird. Like so weird. Looking back now, the Wi-Fi probably really just wasn't working. Obviously they didn't have it on for us, and maybe the flight tracker just lost signal, which scares me and freaks me out. And I know this might not make sense to everyone, because CJ was like, it's okay, take a deep breath, everyone's safe, we're fine. And my thing on flights is I always try and watch the flight attendants, and if they're not freaking out, if they're bringing mimosas and food and snacks and they are not strapped down in their chairs, it should be fine. But I just spiraled. I was freaking out because it was about 3 to 4 hours that we were stuck on this pinpoint on the flight tracker, and I was just staring at it to the point that I woke CJ up and I was like, hey, like I think something's wrong. Our original time to land in Tahiti was 5 a.m. and it was so behind on the tracker that it kept going up, and it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was like, what if the plane runs out of gas? The whole flight is over the ocean, so my anxiety, I was not doing okay. And then after staring at the TV screen for 4 hours, all of a sudden the TV went like a big circle, like refresh, and then we were 2 hours away. So as soon as I saw that, it was like a sigh of relief, like everything's fine, and everything was fine the whole time. That is just something I honestly need to work on, and Suji always tells me, like he always says, like I think everything is doomsday. Like I always think there's something wrong. I always think something's bad is gonna happen, and I wish I didn't have that mindset, because we're going on this like amazing vacation to Tahiti, to the French Polynesia, and I was just forcing myself to spiral. But as soon as I saw that our plane wasn't stuck, we were landing, I was able to probably get like 30 minutes more of sleep, and then they started serving breakfast and it got loud in the cabin. But we landed in Tahiti actually early. So I went through all of that stress to land early. We had to take a ferry from Tahiti to Moorea. That's the island that CJ wanted to go to, and you can watch the pack of crab to see why we're here. CJ wants to swim with the whales, and you can only do that in a few places in the world, and you can actually do that in a few months of the year. So this is whale season, and we booked this trip super last minute, but there's a couple places you can do it, but the island of Moorea is one of the most popular, so we did that. And then we planned on taking the 8 a.m. ferry, and we landed so early we were able to get on the 6 a.m. ferry, so we got to the island so much earlier than we thought, but our Airbnb wasn't ready till 3 o'clock, so we just spent the day exploring, driving around the island. You can actually circle the whole island in an hour, and we did that twice. So then jet lag caught up to us, and we were just so tired, and I think it's fine. We'll just have a long night of sleep tonight and hopefully be refreshed in the morning. I filmed a Airbnb tour that I'm going to show you guys after this, and then we'll go into tomorrow, and then you guys saw some clips that I took earlier in the day, but I really wasn't focused on vlogging. I was so tired. But we are kind of like Airbnb hopping here, so we found this one, and the main reason we wanted to be at this one was because it was close to everything, and it's a 2-minute walk to a private beach, which is really nice. It's like basic Airbnb, but honestly very cute and super nice and clean, and that's always what matters with Airbnbs. I feel like you want the best location, and you want to feel safe, and you definitely want it to be clean, and we feel that here. We're also lucky that it has AC, because a lot of the stuff here doesn't have AC. That's kind of a recap on where we are now. I just showered, and that felt really nice, and honestly I'm gonna go to bed before 6 o'clock. Then I think we're gonna set an alarm for like 7 and go hike a waterfall, and they have lots of stuff to explore and do on the island. I am gonna break up the Tahiti vlogs into a couple separate vlogs. I think the first one's gonna be just hanging out, exploring with you guys, and then we do our 5-day whale expedition that CJ's really excited about. And the reason we're here, we'll switch Airbnbs and then meet up with some other people, and it'll kind of be like a group trip, which we've never done before, so that will be really interesting and new. And we're just fingers crossed with the weather. It's super windy. Luckily today it like sprinkled on and off, but no crazy rain, and then the sun came out and it was like so nice. And we went to the beach, and we've been like finding all of our favorite spots, trying food, and like writing a list of what we want to do the rest of the time that we're here. I'm so excited to be here and bring you guys along. I'm just trying not to think about the travel day back home and enjoying it. And I feel like life for CJ and I this year has been so like crazy that it's nice to be here on this trip with him, and he's inside sleeping, and I'm about to go join him. We didn't even eat dinner tonight because we're so tired, but I'm hoping I wake up refreshed. After this I'll show you guys our Airbnb, and then I also walked you guys to the beach while CJ was snorkeling to show you how close it is and how nice to have a private beach with this Airbnb. But I'll see you guys in the morning, and we're gonna have a full day tomorrow. Here is our rental car, but let's do a quick little, what is that? Is that a crab?
Where?
Something just crawled down in there, I don't know. But we're in this cutie little beach bungalow. Very, very simple, quick 2-minute walk to the beach. We have a comfy couch outside, a fridge. We are only in this Airbnb for 2 nights, so we probably won't be cooking, but they have everything like the essentials you would need. And then in here is just like the perfect cozy beachy room, a big queen bed. Our stuff is in here, so it is a little messy, but the biggest perk is that it has a little AC unit, because a lot of the houses and Airbnbs in here don't have that. And again, we're only in this Airbnb for 2 nights, so we were just looking for something simple by the beach, by most of the stuff. This one is right by the ferry. Nice because they have a little washer in here, and then I think we just have to dry our clothes outside. But look how beachy and cute this little bathroom is. I love the seashells. It's definitely giving Tahiti and very beachy. You can definitely tell I brought my snacks, all of my cozy favorites to snack on, because we did go to the grocery store already and I already know they don't have my essentials that I need, aka the sour candy. A quick little walk from our Airbnb. Obsessed with this yellow flower tree. I will definitely be taking pictures here. But they have this cute little beach area. I'm not really sure. They have some tables and chairs, a little paddleboard, and this whole area. So we actually just went snorkeling and snorkeled around. Say hi! So this is a 2-minute walk from the little beachy bungalow. A very simple Airbnb, but this is so nice to have a private beach. I don't know if they share it with a couple other Airbnbs, but right now there's no one. Day 2, and we're feeling refreshed. I think we got like 13 hours of sleep last night, which was very much needed. And we're up bright and early. It's around 7:30, and we are dressed for a day of exploring. And then I also have outfit changes in my bag, just in case. DJ, what's your outfit? Comfy swimsuit. My set is from Amazon, and actually such good quality. I love the double layered gingham detail. We are just filling up our water bottles, and we've kind of made a list of what's on the agenda for today, but kind of just driving around again, seeing what we can find. These are roosters or chickens? There are some roosters.
That's a rooster.
No. Some type of bird outside of our thing. And they were cock-a-doodle-dooing all morning, which was funny. The sun looks like it's out, which is good. It's a little foggy at the top of the mountain, but the first one is a waterfall, so we're not really worried about visibility. But we have a waterfall we want to see. There's a hike with a swing, trying a few like snack stops, finding sideways trees, taking lots of pictures. That's the vibe for the day. I'm just going to take you guys along. We just finished the waterfall hike. I'll put the name of the waterfall on the screen because I can't even say it. The guy was trying to tell us what it was called. But CJ found this one on TikTok.
Afariatu.
I'll put it on the screen.
Name of it
We
right
got here really early, and we honestly, it was so nice. We were at the waterfall all by ourselves, and then we only saw one couple hiking there as we were leaving. But there was no one charging when we got there, but CJ kind of knew that there was a fee.
Mm-hmm.
So we were prepared to pay. So when we came out, that's when someone was standing there, and it was
100 CFP their money, but it's like $1.
Yeah, so it was like $2 for us.
Yeah.
But overall, what did you rate it? Worth it?
Oh yeah, so worth it.
10 out of 10.
If
I
the
think
water is flowing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they say like sometimes
It's been very rainy here, so I guess depending on how much rainfall, of course, is how much water is in the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
Hiking wise, I am not a hiker. You guys know I'm not really athletic at all, and I did it. And just, I would say most importantly, you want to wear like good hiking shoes. That it was slippery, and we were both wearing hiking shoes, so I can't imagine if you were wearing like my flip-flops or something like that.
Maybe a little harder.
CJ said the water was freezing. I wasn't brave enough to get in the water.
And said clip.
So I vlogged him going in. It was cold, but how cool that you got to do that.
And then
And
what
then-
did we see after?
So crazy. As soon as CJ got out of the water, I'd say like 2 minutes, I was like, oh look, there's a fish. And he was like, no, that's an eel. And I think I got a video of it. Maybe we did. But as soon as CJ got in that water, and it was huge. Like, not like a tiny, it was thick. She was thick. And then the walk back was just wet. And it took us about, all together, including the time we stayed at the waterfall, like 2.5 hours. But if you were hiking, I would say you could do it there and back in an hour.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. And plan now, we are a little muddy, and it is around 10:30, and I think we're going to, CJ said one of the most popular spots for lunch opens at 11:30. And this one was really nice because we're very close to our Airbnb. Like, it was less than a 10-minute drive. So I think our plan now is to shower, refresh, kind of like get ourselves together. Our shoes are so muddy, so I think we're gonna try and rinse them off. And then probably lunch and hope that the sun comes out. It's crazy. I'll show you guys. This is our view right now. It doesn't even look real. Like, that's a mountain, but it is straight in the clouds. It's so foggy. And then the beach is right there, and it's blue sunshine. So we're kind of hoping that we get some more blue sky and sunshine. But we're probably gonna go change, refresh. You rated it good?
Really good.
Definitely worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely worth it if you're here.
Yeah, for sure.
And we like that we got there early because we were there by ourselves, but there's definitely more people getting here now. And we'll see you guys at lunch. It's a little later now. It actually turned out being very gloomy and rainy today, and it's actually kind of cold. So we are just going with it. We ended up booking dinner reservations at one of the resorts because we're gonna do a nice dinner before we go meet up for the group trip, because I'm sure those meals will be a little more casual, and we're gonna have a little date night. Outfit repeating in this Abercrombie dress. It's really nice because it has little shorts on underneath, but I'm mostly excited because we're gonna go to the resort early and hopefully take some cute pictures. It is, again, a little gloomy out, but we've been talking about this all day. It's crazy how you can like drive 10 minutes down the island and all of a sudden it's like blue and sunshine. So fingers crossed our sunset magically pops off tonight. But we stopped on the side of the road and got my flower crown, and I'm so excited to show you guys. And CJ ended up getting a lei too, so I don't know if I'm brave enough to wear it all of dinner. If I was very extra, I would. But how beautiful is this? She was making them, like hand making them on the side of the road, and it's just so pretty. And I feel like for pictures, how fun is this? And then CJ also got a lei, so I'm gonna make him wear it for pictures too. And he was like, I feel like everyone's gonna think we're on our honeymoon. And I was like, we're always on our honeymoon. But look how pretty this is. I'm obsessed with this, and I love that I got to see her making it on the side of the road. And I thought they were gonna charge crazy amount, because we have noticed like some things here in the shops are super expensive, and then we found some shops today that we ended up getting souvenirs out that we felt like were a little more reasonable. So we got this, and this was only $25 US dollars. Here they would say like 25,000, so it sounds scary, but it's only $25. And then CJ's lei was only 20, I believe. So this is so pretty. I'm obsessed with it. Another fun thing that CJ's been saying is he feels like everyone here looks like my mom. So if you don't know this, my mom is actually Hawaiian, born and raised in Hawaii, but I actually have a very long Hawaiian middle name, so I don't really look Hawaiian. I don't feel like. Sometimes when I get a good tan, maybe I look a little bit better, but my mom, like CJ says, everyone here, it's like they could be related to my mom. So I think that's really funny, and I think my mom would love it here if we could ever convince her to travel here. But we are gonna take some cute pictures tonight at the resort. Really excited for a nice dinner. I'm hoping they have like a steak and potatoes, and I am happy to report that everything here has been pretty picky eater approved. I've been able to find like burgers and french fries and chicken nuggets. I did go a little out of my comfort zone today at lunch and get the grilled shrimp with rice, and that was actually really yummy. But I think CJ's getting dressed now. We'll have him put on his lei so you guys can see us together. We are just having like the best tropical vacation. I still can't believe we're actually here. I brought my selfie light outside so you can see us, but here's CJ dressed in his tropical best.
Lawana. That means hello in Tahiti.
I hope so.
It does.
Shirts, Abercrombie, pants, Abercrombie, lei, the sweetest lady, making these on the side of the road. How cool is it to see her making them?
Yeah. See them.
It was pretty cool. She was like hand making it, and that was really fun. Yeah. But we're about to go to dinner. I was saying fingers crossed we get some cute photos, even though it's doomy gloomy outside. But I said our Canon G7X just needs to, it works overtime on vacation, and we need it to pop off. But we're gonna take you guys. The resort is called
Le Cooks.
The restaurant is called The Cooks, but I think the resort is called Cooks Bay, and it's supposed to be one of the nice options on the island. So we're super excited and dressed in our tropical outfits. just got back to the Airbnb. Dinner was yummy. What do you rate it?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
No, it was good though. 8.
I'd say like 8 out of 10. If you're looking for like a nice restaurant on the island, I do feel like it was pretty nice.
Yeah.
And we liked it. I think it was just rainy and windy. Definitely if it was a pretty sunset, it would have been 10 out of 10 vibes. It ended up being windy and rainy, so food was good. And yeah, we're pretty tired and it's only 7 o'clock at nighttime, but we switch Airbnbs tomorrow, so our plan is to just pack everything up, and then we don't have to meet up with everyone until 1 o'clock. Plan is to wake up, which we'll probably naturally wake up early again and do a little more exploring before we meet up with the group. We're hoping that the weather is a little better tomorrow, which will be better for like pictures and maybe go to the beach and just hang out. But I think this little Airbnb was so perfect. We were saying, I don't know if we would want to stay like a full week in this Airbnb specifically, but I feel like the location is good and it's nice that they have their little private beach so close. So yeah, I'm still going to vlog with you guys in the morning, and then I'll probably end the vlog tomorrow where we start the official whale vlog, which I think is going to be really cool. But I think that's it for tonight. Pretty tired, gonna shower and put my PJs on and see you guys in the morning. Start to our morning and we were waiting for the sun to come out. It's still super windy on the island, but we're lucky that there is some sunshine and blue skies. We left our first Airbnb this morning and now we're going to return the rental car. We did take some cute pictures at the beach. I attempted the sideways tree, failed. It's so windy, I think I was going to blow away into the water. So we'll have to try that again later in the week. And we're just hoping that the wind dies down, right?
Yep. We need the wind to calm down.
Wind to calm down, sun to stay out for ideal whale purposes. But time to go return the rental car, get all of our luggage out of the car, and then we're walking to the ferry to meet up with the rest of the group for the rest of the week. And what are you most excited for about the rest of our trip?
To have a good time and be on the boat.
Be on the boat.
Crystal clear water.
Yes, the water, CJ was just saying, like, we were having a hard time, like, knowing how to describe the water. It's so clear. Like,
even with the wind, like it's
Yeah.
like if
even
we were,
with not ideal conditions right now.
even with like if we were back at home and it was this windy, the water would be like
Black.
murky.
Yeah.
But here it's still crystal clear.
Even like when it was raining yesterday, it was still crystal clear. It's so crazy. But if you watched all the way until part 1 of this Moorea vlog, comment a palm tree. Because I feel like there's so many palm trees here. And that is my favorite part, is just like enjoying the island and seeing everything and taking cute pictures. And we did find chicken nuggets at the lunch spot, which was fun. But I'm gonna end this vlog here and then start a new vlog probably later tonight, when we check in with the group. Apparently tonight is like a welcome dinner and they're doing like a Polynesian chef situation, and I'm pretty excited. But thanks for watching part 1, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
See ya.